So today our discussion is on consciousness in exile, and really from my personal perspective it should be called exile ruling us, instead of consciousness in exile ruling us. And that's really been my experience of becoming aware that we have two different or many different consciousnesses, and that it's an interesting dynamic to become familiar and aware of all of them, and then lead them consciously and tell which one when to be quiet and the other one when not to be quiet. So before I get any further, it's really important to me that I dedicate this learning in honor of my friend Leah Devora Bats Malka and her sweet little baby Tinok Ben Leah Devora, and our Rav Daniel Ben Sarah, and my daddy Shlomo Halevi Ben Esther. This Torah learning should be in their merit and the merit of Klal Yisrael everywhere, for a complete refuah shalema. So it behooves us, because it's been a few weeks since we've done a recap, and for those of you who know me, I had to have a drawing to do a recap, because that's how I roll. I have to see something visual. So can you see that? You can see it? It's a body. And so far we have covered that we have consciousness in our guf. Our guf speaks to us, tells us when we're hungry, it tells us if we're cold or warm, or if we're in pain, and it's part of our consciousness. And this particular consciousness and really consciousness means soul, is the nefesh part of our soul. Our soul has 5 levels. This is the lowest level. It's the nefesh part of our soul. And then you can see, I don't know if you can see clearly, the little red speech bubbles. Those are your midot in your heart and what your heart say, and your machshavot in your head, what your head says. Those are also 2 different consciousnesses. Or is it consciousness nigh? I'm just kidding, for those grammar people in the group. And as far as I was concerned, before I ever became aware of the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov, etc., etc., granted, I never thought too deeply about it, but those were the only consciousnesses I was aware of. My body, my feelings, and my thoughts. Oh, and by the way, the feelings and the thoughts part of our soul, of our consciousness, is called ruach, emotion. And then we learned that we have this mechanism of consciousness called da'at. And I purposefully, I'm going to zoom in there. Can you see that? I purposefully put da'at tiny in green. Because this is how I see myself. I see my awareness of my body consciousness and my feelings and my thoughts as huge, loud reverberations, and my awareness of my das, at least I'm now aware that I have das or da'at, but the awareness is very, 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 very small. And it's probably true for every one of us in this group that we have to work mindfully and diligently and consistently to be able to extrapolate when a loud reverberation from our guf, our midot, and our machshavot envelop and overwhelm us, to actually utilize this tiny little awareness of da'at. And that is the focus of today's discussion, is how we possibly could harness that skill, because it's really, in my opinion, the foundation of all growth. Now we know that we have these faculties. We also know what to do with our das, but bridging that gap, bridging that duality of using our higher godly awareness, which is now tapping into the neshama part of our soul, is a constant battle. So instead of reviewing the situational experiences that they had on the actual webinar, I thought of maybe bringing up our own experiences and then actually giving you something to work on that is tangible and doable, and we can be accountable to each other for our work if we want it. And I know I want it. I want to be able to slow down the process of having a feeling that's overwhelming, a thought, a desire, something ego related, something that, like last week, my guf was telling me, ouch. I got these very loud and clear ouch signals from my body. I want to be able to stop, get into my da'at, and use the tools that I'm harnessing to actually explore and understand. And then you can go on to all the other wonderful tools to uncover them and expose them and grow and develop yourself further from there. So one of the things that I do, and I'm going to invite you guys to do, is to note it. When you actually do have some consciousness that's overwhelming from your ruach or your nefesh, to actually stop, think, and then write it down. The fourth step is to talk it out, and talk it out to our Abba in Shemayim. I do that. I say, Abba, I've had this thing, and now I'm going to switch the quantum wave, and I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to rearrange the way my hedonistic behavior usually behaves. So I feel that has made a dent in the work for me personally, and I'm curious, once you guys try it, if it makes a dent for you. But then in addition to that, if it's okay with Yehudit, I'm going to ask if we could then take it a fourth step and note it on our chat, if it wouldn't make too much noise on our chat. But then that gives us an extra level of accountability and of engagement with our Chabura in exactly the same way as Rav Katz has us do on Workplace. So I'd like to invite you to do that, but I won't unless I get two enthusiastic thumbs up from Yehudit. And feel free to take your time to think about it and not let me know now. But if we systematically and consistently do those steps of stopping, adjudicating, writing down, vocalizing, and then paraphrasing the experience on our chats, I'm pretty certain that that's going to move the needle a lot. So I really think with this type of work, a meditation is more important than an explanation. So I'd love to jump into a meditation, unless you guys have questions. Now's a good place to take them. Any? No, you happy to go into meditation? Okay, well, let's do it. Let us do it. I'm just going to rearrange my notes over here. So wonder why the sound is bad. Okay. And I have to do my meditations to music, so I'm going to press play. But before I start doing the meditation, can we just do a little sound check, just so that I can make sure from your side it sounds good? Okay, so I got one lower. Oh, that's perfect. This is a good place. Is that better? Okay. So before we start, I'm going to ask you to resist the urge to be further developed in your meditation and your skill and your elevation knowledge than you expect yourself to be. Take a moment and just be okay with where you are right now. That's a huge struggle for me, so I'm going to take one more breath. So let's prepare our vessel for meditation, which is just another word for prayer. Get comfortable. Arrange yourself so that your circulation can flow freely, loosening any restrictive clothing and preparing yourself for a healing journey deep within your mind. You can take a moment to be aware of any outside sounds and noises. Any outside sounds or noises will not bother you in any way. In fact, if you can hear the birds that I can hear, they are so intensely pleasurable. And they have an interesting way of mixing with my voice. They may even help you go deeper into states of inner focus and inner relaxation. You are now tuned inside to the feelings and vibrations, even of the aeroplane overhead, and of love and inner peace. We're going to start some box breathing where we inhale, hold, and exhale. However, this time we're going to add rolling your eyes to the left on the exhale and rolling your eyes to the right on the inhale. During the time that we hold, either look up or down. Okay, exhale all the way and roll your eyes to the left. Now inhale, roll to the right. Hold. Exhale, roll to the left. Hold. Inhale to the right. Hold. Exhale. And let your breathing continue effortlessly while you repeat this affirmation to yourselves. I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself with all my shortcomings and imperfections. One more time. I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself with all my shortcomings and imperfections. You are preparing yourself, your body, your kli, to manifest your reality through prayer and meditation. Imagine the letters for kli in Hebrew. Chaf, Lamed, Yud. I imagine those letters in gold. Set the intention that you are facing Yerushalayim and you are using your God-given right and obligation to connect male and female energies, heaven and earth energies. Take your hands and raise them above your head, your keter, and imagine translucent light from the Or Ein Sof abundantly splashing down on your keter, the part of you that impinges and connects with Hashem and everything else in the universe. Yud kametz, Hey kametz, the Vav kametz, the Hey kametz. Move your hands down to the right side of your head, Chochmah, divine insight, inner wisdom, inner light. Yud patach, Hey patach, Vav patach, Hey patach. If you don't know what those letters look like, just no panicking. Just think to yourself, I'll have what she's having. And choose and believe that you actually are. And you will. Move your hands over to the left hand side of your head. Bina, intellect, rational mind, objective, intelligent, lucid. Yud Tseirei, Hey Tseirei, Vav Tseirei, Hey Tseirei. Bring your hands down to your neck, Da'at. Open, strong, grounded, compassionate awareness, knowledge, leadership. Yud Cholam, Hey Tseirei, Vav Kametz, Hey Tseirei. And now shine the energy onto Chesed, the right upper arm and chest of love and kindness and giving. Yud Segel, Hey Segel, the Vav Segel, the Hey Segel. And over to Gavura, strength, discipline, restraint. Yud Shva, Hey Shva, the Vav Shva, the Vav Shva, the Hey Shva. Spirit in the middle of the chest, infinite love, harmony, and balance. Yud Cholam, Hey Cholam, Vav Cholam, Vahei Cholam. Move your hands down to Netzach, confidence, moving forward, dominance. Yud Chirik, Hey Chirik, Vav Chirik, Vahei Chirik. And over to Hod. Empathy, humility, submission, knowing when to hold back. Yud Kibbutz, Hey Kibbutz, Vav Kibbutz, Vahei Kibbutz. And down to your sword. Yud Shuruk, Hey Shuruk, Vav Shuruk, Vahei Shuruk. And all the way up to Malchut, your mouth. Kingship, expression, reciprocity. Yud, Hey, Vav, Vahei. Feel free to shine your hands wherever you want them. Sometimes I keep them above my head if they're tired. Put them down on your lap, facing up, in a position to receive. You have now gone on a deep journey to prepare your plea for prayer. I'm going to pray on behalf of all of us. Feel free to let my voice drift into the Netherland, and you just fill in your own prayer as you wish. Abba Sheba Shamayim, we're not supposed to beg, but I am begging. I'm begging that you bestow upon everyone in Klal Yisrael Emunah Shalema, Dveikut. I'm also going to ask very calmly, please, may we all be imbued and gifted with pure, unadulterated, strong emunah. If there was another way that I knew to ask you for emunah, I would. I asked calmly and I begged. Please consider that I asked you on behalf of Klal Yisrael for Emunah Shalema in every manifestation that's possible to ask. When the Jews were in the desert, they had so much emunah that Bilam couldn't even curse them. Their emunah changed their muzzle. Please, Abba Bashamayim, when every single one of us are imbued with emunah, our muzzle will be in a different place to even when we started this meditation. Maybe our muzzle will even open up our eyes to see where our consciousness is in exile through our body, our emotions, and our thoughts, and open up our eyes to quickly make the change and utilize our da'at to propel us to leadership and manifestation of our true potential. Abba Bashamayim, when I think of being in Yerushalayim at the time of the temple where Mashiach is here, God willing, very, very soon, in my mind, the future me has perfect midot. I don't miss a step with anything. I'm never lazy. I'm never distracted. But now I know that future me will never, ever, ever be future me if I don't change now me to imbue all those qualities. I used to think that if I was at Sinai accepting the Torah, I would never participate in the Chet HaEgel, in the golden calf. I would never do such a thing. Now, I'm not so sure, because yesterday I didn't daven mincha. If I didn't daven mincha yesterday, that is nothing in comparison to participating in the Chet HaEgel. How dare I assume that I am capable of transcending and being perfect only in the past and only in the future, but in the now I forget simple things. I don't even do simple things willingly and knowingly. Abba Sheba Shamayim, fill us all with so dveikut, and so much emunah that our mazal moves dramatically and enables us the strength and the fortitude and the ratzon and the equanimity and the compassion and the calm to fix ourselves today, our now me's, not our past me's and not our future me's, our now me's. Today, the energy of Gevura She Bechesed She Tiferet is the midah that we are tapping into. I'm lessening my need to define exactly what those words mean. And I am calmly falling into my belief and my emunah that you are going to release me from all the impurity and the darkness that I brought into the world with that trait, and cleanse me of that trait. And I'm excited to be a vessel to only bring positive light with a midah of Gevura Shebetiferet into the world in magnanimous volumes. I'm going to be quiet now and let you guys finish your own thoughts. And when you're ready, but not before, open your eyes and connect with our precious, appreciated Gevura. Sorry, Devorah, I should have left the music going until everyone was back. Because that music has a way of transporting you to a different dimension. So I apologize if by switching it off I ripped you away.